Welcome to the Be Better For You podcast, where we talk about becoming a better human being and becoming our absolute best version of ourselves. If you haven't already, make sure you grab you a nice cup of coffee, nice tasty beverage, have it neat on the rocks, get you a latte, protein shake, smoothie, cuddle up on a comfy couch on the floor, the fireplace going, and just chill out. You have another chat for the evening or whatever time of the day it is for you out there. But I've been having a lot of, I don't know, I've been having this overwhelming feeling lately that I feel this need to help people. And that includes people who are in relationships, because it pains my heart to just observe and to see the potential of what relationships can be now. And after going through what I went through, I just know there's just so much more that can be attained when both people are doing the work and have worked on themselves and worked on becoming the best versions of themselves. Look, what I know now and what people should know is that everybody has flaws. Newsflash. Everybody has flaws. And knowing that, I guess the question would be for people is, whose flaws do you want to live with the rest of your life? Because ultimately everybody needs work. And if they haven't did that work on their inner self and found that inner peace and their self-love and put in the work to work through all of the issues and the burdens and the baggage and the traumas that they went through, like it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take a partner willing to stick in with them and work together to help them, fulfill their goal of becoming that best version so that they can ultimately be a better couple. And this, so through that, I think we spend so much time paying attention to social media and things like that, and the movies where it makes you feel like you have to find that perfect one or that perfect person for us. And it's just difficult, like that might be the perfect person for a moment of short moment of time, but every relationship, and you'll hear this a couple of different ways. Like you'll hear people say, if it's meant to be, if that's your person, then it shouldn't take work. And for some other people, you'll hear them say that it takes work. Well, I'm here to tell you that it does take work. It takes you getting up every day and choosing your person, like, and being intentional about it, and working to create an environment that's supportive for both partners and safe for both partners. And, that includes working with their flaws and incorporating a lot of couples time and being intentional about, being there for each other. I felt compelled, I've had some conversations with some people that I've spoke to months and months ago that, some listen to the podcast, and some that I've sat down and had some conversations with that are seeing some fruitfulness come from their spouses, because they've started to open up and be intentional about their relationships and be intentional about what they say and what they stop holding in. And that helps their partners or their spouses feel a little bit more comfortable with sharing things with them and not hold things in, because I think that ruins a whole lot of relationships by not communicating, how you really feel or what you really want out of a relationship, or teaching and talking about What does love look like to me? Um, and when I see that love reinforcing those behaviors, I talk a lot about that when I'm coaching and training my guys and girls and women and men. I talk a lot about that reinforcing good behaviors. If it's just like having a kid. We learn that at an early age, but we don't take that with us when we get into adulthood. When we have a newborn baby and they're beginning to learn how to walk, you know, anytime anytime they get ready to stand up and get ready to take that first step, like we're waiting with some anticipation and some excitement, and as soon as they take that first step, like we're cheering them and clapping at them and picking them up, hugging them and kissing them and telling them what a good job that they've done. And that encourages that baby to want more of that joy that they just got, more of those hugs and those kisses that they just got. We don't wait until they've took the first step, learn how to walk, and then learn how to run and jump to cheer them on. Like, we don't wait that long. Like, we reinforce that behavior that we love to see, that we enjoy. That first step, we reinforce that behavior. Then pretty soon it's two steps, and we're constantly cheering them on and picking them up and hugging them for those things. So it's the same thing in with adults, and the same thing with relationships. Like, men may not say those things, but it's those little things that we like to have too. That reinforcement, and it can be both ways as well. If and this may seem like it's not a big deal to some people, but if a man takes the trash out, or even if a kid takes the trash out, thanking them for that, and tell them you appreciate that, doing the dishes, like, it's just the little things that add up and go into relationships that help form those bonds, that help get you to where you want to be and help bring you guys closer. I think a comparison that I look at is like, if you're at a beach and you have kids playing close to the water, and you're a parent, you tell them, don't go too far out in there too, because of the big waves will come in and wash you away. And we get so focused on looking for that big wave that we don't notice the small undercurrents that are slowly dragging our kids or people closer and closer, to the ocean and further out. We just wait for the big, illustrious thing to happen, or the big, overwhelming wave to come and drag them out. But it's the little small things that you got to be looking at. Those small steps, and the same goes for relationships. The same goes for working on yourself. Start doing those little things that get you working towards becoming the best version that you can be. The small investments in your mind, small investments in your body with the health, and what you eat. But all those little things, all those things make a big difference. And that's what we got to be looking at when we're looking at these relationships. Because again, like, man, people will squander like good people for a misguided, misrepresented, social media fantasized movie what a relationship should look like and end like, when you guys have invested a lot of time in your partners, or invested a lot of time in yourselves. Like, you want to be able to experience everything that life has to give for you, and everything that life should be with your partner. So invest that time, and it's going to be well worth it. Because I don't know, man, it's just I don't know. I have this overwhelming feeling that I have to help these couples, and when it gets to be my chance again, to do so, whenever that special person comes about, I definitely know what needs to be done, and definitely won't squander that, and just can imagine, what that looks like, or what that's going to look like. But again, just like I say, every person has flaws. We all have flaws. You just got to figure out, whose flaws do we want to live with the rest of our lives, and just be willing to work with our partners, in helping them become the best version, and they'll help you become your best version that you can be. Now, that will take some investing, in yourselves, investing in your mind, investing in your body, investing in your soul, investing in your spirit, and that can look like a lot of different things to different people, but you have to be diligent about it. You have to be consistent about it, and you have to be disciplined, about it. And what does that look like for some people? Some people, it's practicing mindfulness, and getting your brain, and your mind and body on equal planes, and feeling good and feeling balanced. I don't know. You can do yoga, journaling. Sometimes for people, that's just serving others, like volunteering, and doing those things to help you get a feel for it. For me, it's serving others, and helping others, and I get the greatest joy out of doing that. And I get the greatest joy out of seeing people succeed, and seeing couples succeed, and being able to experience each other like they haven't did before. Some things also that that will help when you're working on getting your mind, body, soul, and spirit together is recognize the importance of community. If you have somebody to talk to, or like a group of friends that you hang around, like that's super important for making sure that we are filling up our cups with a different assortment of things that makes us human, and being in a community of people who you genuinely enjoy, and genuinely enjoy you, where you can have some fun, where you can open up, where you can relax, you can let your hair down, and just be. Don't have to worry about anything. Don't have to worry about work. Don't have to worry about being judged. Don't have to worry about arguments or anything like that. Just going out and just having fun with no reservations. And like I said, just being, and you have no idea how much that helps with a person's psyche, and helps them feeling comfortable with themselves, and providing that love for them, and giving them their sense of self-love, because they were able to enjoy themselves out in amongst people who care for them, and who share some of the same values with them. So a sense of community would definitely help that. So if you're trying to do this alone, if you went through some things and you're trying to do it alone, please don't do that. Make sure you talk to somebody, or get into a community. And then if you have somebody that can help you with, like, just doing some regular check-ins, talking through with a best friend, or a therapist, I know that's what I use, and help me. Providing giving yourself some self-care, whatever that looks like for you. We got this place here called Buff City, where they sell all of these different soaps and bath bombs and salt scrubs, sugar scrubs, and stuff like that too. For me, I'd relax in a nice bath. I like my candles, and just relax, and just chill, and just meditate. In a bath, and of course for my Epsom salt as well. I need that in there. But just whatever that looks like for you, for relaxing, where you can kind of tune everything out for a little bit, and spend some time with yourself, and just be. All those things help you invest in your mind, body, spirit, and soul, and work you towards becoming that best version and a better human being, not only for yourself, so you can be better for yourself, but you can be better for others as well. So, um, one of the things also when I'm having these conversations with people, is sometimes the reluctance or the fear or the hesitation or the feeling that it looks like a giant mountain to climb in order to become the person that I'm talking about that they can be, or become the best version of themselves. Because I think they're not looking at it as the individual steps, that they look at it as the proverbial trying to eat an elephant, and not thinking about the bite by bite, just looking at the size of the task. Our there's been some scientific studies. Let me back up a little bit. So in order to become the best version of yourselves, you'll have to start changing some of your behaviors. Now, some of these behaviors you've learned through experience that you've brought with you from being a child. And some of those behaviors are deeply, deeply ingrained in your paradigm of thinking, and are seem difficult to move out, or to get over, or to reshape. But there's scientific studies show that there's this thing called neuroplasticity, where what we repeat, we can rewire our brains with different habits and different behaviors. If we be consistent at doing those things and make those things our norm, then those things will eventually become part of our behaviors and help create us a new identity. But we have to make sure that we're feeding our minds with the right things, and making sure we're getting rid of the old adages of some of the stigmas and stereotypes that we've grown up with, and some of the outdated information that we've carried with us. So you can rewire your brain to form new behaviors, and ultimately become what I feel like I am is you become a whole different person. Like you become the best version of yourself. It's a whole different version of yourself. Version 2.0, or whatever number you want to put behind it. But it is possible. So don't think it's some monumental task that's impossible for you to do. Just break it down into little steps. Start looking up the things and the person that you want to be. Envision yourself in the future, your best version of yourself. Like, close your eyes and imagine what that looks like for you. Like, what does the best version of yourself look like? How does that best version of yourself act? How does that best version of yourself respond to situations? How does that best version of yourself treat other people? How do other people view you when they see you as the best version of yourself? What are some of the things that you can accomplish when you become the best? Better yet, what are some of the things that you've already accomplished while you're at your best version of yourself? And be very specific about your vision of that. Be very vivid on those pictures that you create, and put your mind in the moment of you already being that best version of yourself, and feel everything about it. Feel all the emotions that would come with that, and then reverse engineer how you think you got to that best version of yourself. Like, what are the steps like if you saw yourself at your best version, and every time somebody sees you, they automatically have a smile on their face, and they're excited to see you. Switch positions with them, like you're looking at yourself, and imagine what they see when they see you, and just start doing those things. Like, it can't be that simple. Just bit by bit, you have to do, and refocus your mindset, and start acting like that. Start being that person. Like, it's no different, because all of us has that capability. All of us has the power to become a best version. We just look at it as this daunting task that seems impossible because we have so much going on. Like we really don't have a lot. We really don't have a lot going on. Um, we are in a lot better shape than we feel like we are. Like there's somebody out there that is dying to get to the age that you are today. There's somebody out there freezing to death that's wishing they had a roof over their head like you have. Whether it's an apartment, whether it's a mobile home, whether it's an RV, whatever the case may be, there's somebody out there freezing to death, or in the rain, in the cold or sweltering heat, that wishes they had a place to stay like you have. There's somebody out there walking barefoot over rocks and nails and all kind of broken glass that wish they had the shoes that you have on your feet. There's somebody out there that's struggling to breathe right now, and it's difficult for them to breathe because of the health situation that they have going on, that wishes they can breathe as clear as you do. There's people out there that can't see right now that are wishing that they can see like you do. Put things in perspective, and that'll help you get in the right mind frame of what you can and what you can't do, and what's possible and not possible, and how fortunate and blessed that you are to be in a position that you're in. Now you combine all of those blessings and fortunes that you have, and put it to use in working on yourself so that you can be the person that's an inspiration for somebody else, and show them that it's possible to be able to do, instead of resting on your laurels and kicking yourself and feeling like you don't have anything. Just get you a little perspective, and that should help you. But it is possible for you to change your thinking and change your behaviors and create a new identity, which we all are wanting, is be a better human being and be the best version of ourselves. And that's what we just need to focus on. Just start reading more, start listening more to self-help podcasts, motivational speakings, and anything with some positive reinforcement, anything like that too, where you can fill your brain and push out all of the old negative thinking and old, I think Zig Ziglar called it stinking thinking, to push all of that out of your mind frame, so you're not constantly dwelling on negative stuff, and you can shake that old identity and create a new one. So as you're working on those things for yourself and becoming the best version, and both your partners are working on that too. I want to hop back into the the couple piece, because I really feel like this part is like a bit angering, because I really feel like so many people nowadays are so intent on focusing on this superficial social media fantasy relationships, and what a relationship, what social media and movies feel like a relationship should be like, and it's hurting them, and it's hurting couples, and it's not helping the situations, because there was a celebrity, Cardi B, I think, and Offset were Offset, I believe, gave her like a couple of dozen roses, or it was something preposterous, like that, to give it to Cardi B for for a special occasion. And Now you'll have people out there whose relationships and whose gifts are compared to that, because people don't really know no better. They just see it on there and start fantasizing about that. And then, what you have the giver, give just 1 dozen roses and feeling like, man, I'm really inadequate. This person just gave this person 100 dozen roses, and here I am only able to afford 12 roses. And you have the person that's receiving the roses feeling like, oh man, Cardi B just got 100 dozen roses. Like, I can't get that. I'm not worth that. It's just social media just puts so much negativity in social media relationships. Some relationships do that. I don't want to say all of them, because there is some good information out there that provides like factual and what exactly relationships are, and what it takes to sustain relationships, and what a relationship can get to if they did that work in between. Like, they cut out all of the work that needs to be done to get to those stages, and they make it seem like it's a quick fix, a quick thing to just gallivant off and run off into these exotic vacations and with with couples and just live out the fantasy. But relationships take work. It take work on both ends, and both people got to be in it to win it. But I feel like that, for genuine good relationships, it is about love and feeling love, but not in the way that the media or social media glamorizes it or distorts the love. Like, love is a commitment to sacrifice, and love is a commitment to sticking it out. Love is a commitment to standing by one another through the good and the bad, through sickness and health, to death do you part if you're married. But that's what that's what love is about. And like I said, just social media just distorts that, and people fall for those things, and short from one of them, like reading and stuff, like some of those things aren't sustained after a while. That I believe it's limerence that they talk about, that people would experience, and those things sometimes aren't sustainable unless you've put in the work and really did the work on yourselves and on each other. But yeah, those are the types of things that we need to make sure that we're paying attention to, is and working towards, is really committing to each other, committing to the sacrifice, and committing to put in the work and sticking it out with each other, so we can experience that. I heard a story also once about, and yeah, people use it with like different religions, but it can be with anybody. A group of people were placed in this hole, and each person was given a particular length of rope, per person. And I think in some cases it was the different religions were given each a length of rope each. And instead of tying them together to use to help them climb out of the hole, they just sat there and compared each other's ropes to see who had the longest rope. And instead of working together, to climb to the top and get out of the situation. And I think a lot of couples do that. A lot of people within couples do that. They start to compare their relationships to what another relationship has, or they start to compare their relationship to what they see on TV, social media, and it just distorts the reality of what relationships are. And they dig themselves in the hole, and they get to feeling a certain way about themselves, get to feeling a certain way about their partners, and it eventually the relationship eventually erodes because of that false sense and because they don't put that work into each other. But again, relationships is like it is hard work, but when you look at it, when I look at it from my perspective now, after the fact, which I wish I can harness hindsight um, and sell that. But when you look at it from my perspective now, even though relationships takes a lot of work, like those things now, if you both are willing to work on it, would be simple and easy and very, very beneficial to the both of you. And if you're not in a relationship, doing the work on yourself and becoming the best version is very, very beneficial to you. And once you find your person that you're looking for, because if you are the best version of yourself, you can be picky. And one thing that I would say is that your person, and this is for couples too, each person needs to work on healing themselves. If you're single and you're looking for somebody, you have to look for somebody that's been healed as well. Like you don't necessarily have to, but I would say that to have a better chance of finding your person, it would be good that they've already been healed. Because what I found is, and that I see in some couples, is that if only one person is healed, it's difficult for that other person to understand them or to know where they're coming from, and it's difficult to communicate with them because they aren't able to see things from your perspective, and they aren't able to grasp some of the concepts that you're talking about, and they're not able to feel some of the things that you feel now, or have the foresight to be able to project and see down the line what could happen if certain things aren't done or aren't said, and it just makes it a lot difficult. So that's why I advise couples to, just work to get to heal each other. I think here's one more way to look at it. If you're in relationships and marriages, when do you put gas in your car? Right? None of us intentionally wait to run out of gas to fill our gas tanks up. No, as we see it getting low, we put more gas in our car so that we can keep it running. It's the same thing with relationships. Like, don't wait until something gets bad to seek help, to seek therapy or couples therapy. Don't wait till you run out of gas to do that. Like, if you've been with somebody for a while, each of you will experience a different season. Each of you experience different seasons, and you have to make sure that you're continuously working to make sure that you both stay compatible and stay in love and stay working on matching that person's season, if you will. So yeah, don't wait till the gas runs out on there, or don't wait till something bad happens, or wait till you get into arguments or start feeling a certain way about each other. Like, work on that now, so that as you're growing and as you guys reach these different seasons, you've already put in the work and you're already the person that the other person needs to feel happy and feel wanted and to feel loved and nurtured, and worthy. So yeah, just make sure you guys are working on that, because I just want to see more happy couples and more happy people, and want to hear more conversations of people saying that they tried this and and it worked. And we are so much more happier now. And I don't know, man. I just, again, I just I get the biggest satisfaction out of seeing that. And I don't know. I think that's our purpose. I said before that our purpose. We were put on this earth to serve, um, and we were created. Man was created for woman, and woman was created for man. And I get that we can be independent as a man and as a woman. Um, I get that. I think there's something special to be had. Like we weren't put here to be alone. I know that. Like, um, but once we are unified as man and woman, I think there's so much more that can be experienced in life when you have a person that you can enjoy that with. Um, so when we talk about, let me back up a little bit. When we talk about being independent, um, I do hear a lot of talk about alpha males and, some women that are like alpha females. When wolves are out, there's no alpha wolf. What's alpha is the male and the female wolf couple. Like those are the true. That's the alpha. There's not one that's alpha over the other. When they combine and become like unified or like a husband and wife, like those are alpha. It's like alpha A and alpha B. Like they're the same. And I think that, when you're able to be with somebody or be in a relationship, there's so much things that you guys can put together to synergize your energy and synergize your health, be there to cheer each other on, synergize your wealth, be there to encourage one another with their dreams and support them in any and every way that they want to, whether they feel like, they'll fail or not. It's not our jobs. It's not our goals. We can play, like, people play devil's advocates, but there's a way to go about that. Like it's about supporting each other. Like we go through the struggles together, we go through ups, downs, we go through failures together, but we learn the lessons that we need. But the root of everything is that we still continue to support each other during those things, and that's what it's all about. When you're in a relationship or you're married and you're a couple, like that's the definition of power couples. One who stays together and works together and works things out. Or if you're single, you have that notion that the next person that you get with, you're going to pour everything into them and make sure that you do the things daily to experience what a great relationship is. But again, so you just invest in yourself. Yeah. I want to see more happy couples out there. I want to see more people working hard for each other and experiencing life as it is. And just being about life. So just remember, like, again, everybody has flaws. Whose flaws do you want to live the rest of your life with? Because everybody has them. Don't squander the relationship. Don't mess anything up. Add to it. Do the work on yourself so that you can be there for your partners to help them do the work. And you guys can combine together, but stay away from the false sense of what a relationship is from the social media, of what they think it should be, or what they fill your mind with. It's okay to dream of, some vacations and stuff like that too, but don't let social media give you a false sense of what it should be and what you're missing out on, or what you're lacking, or what your partner is lacking, because that only will hurt the relationship. um, Understand that for better communication, both of you guys are going to need to be healed, or work on that healing and invest in yourselves, in becoming a better human being, and the best version of yourself. Make sure you invest in your mind, body, spirit, and soul. Self-development books, motivational videos, self-help podcasts, um, just anything like that will help you grow your mind and push out the old way of thinking, so that you can form new behaviors, because new behaviors are able to be formed, with neuroplasticity, and doing the good things over and over and repeating them until they become a part of you. And you can change your whole mindset and change your whole identity. Um, don't get stuck on, don't get so caught up in thinking that it's going to be overwhelming for you to change, when small steps will help you get there. Remember the big wave versus the small undercurrents that slowly take you towards where you want to be. And that's becoming the best version of yourself. Yeah, man. Just do well, man. Let's get some communities going on too, where we have a bunch of people helping a bunch of people, where we have a bunch of best version healed people helping other people become their best version, and healed, and start having some fun, start opening up, and start living life, the way it should be. So I feel like I took up a little bit of your time. I hope it didn't seem like I was rambling. I just felt I needed to share that information, and I needed to get that out, because I'm enjoying my conversations with people. I'm enjoying helping them out, and I'm glad to hear that some of the things I'm talking to them about is resonate with them, and they're starting to see fruit, bearing from the seeds that they've planted, through that information. And it just warms my heart to hear those things, and to know that people are doing the work, and people really care, about sustaining their relationships. So I appreciate you spending some time with me today, tonight, this afternoon, this evening, at home, outside by the fire pit, in the gym, on the way to work, traveling. Yeah, I really do, appreciate it. And I really hope that you guys do more investing in yourselves, because it helps you, it helps your spouse, it helps your kids, and it helps the circle that you're around. Just makes everything be better. So again, episode 4 already. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. If you're one of the loyalists that have listened to every episode, I truly hope you've gotten something out of it. I truly hope you're share this with somebody. Maybe it'll help them out as well, and help them get through a tough time, and to let them know that there's others out there that are going through the same thing, or that have went through the same thing, and been through hell and back, or hit rock bottom. I mean, I wouldn't probably wish they would, would have hit rock bottom. Rock bottom would have probably seemed stable to them, but just help them understand that there are others out there, and it can get better for them. Just work on self, work on becoming a better version of yourself, work on becoming a better human being, and things will fall into place. Reach out if you need to. Yeah. Again, I appreciate you guys rocking with me again. This is the Be Better For You podcast, where we talk about becoming the best version of ourselves and becoming a better human being. Go Birds. See you on the next one.